Right, continuing with the recommissioning of this Norvil 850 Commando Mark III, built about 10 years ago with all the Norvil upgrades, all amazing valves and little pistons and all sorts done to the engine, upgraded starter motor, new carbs, all new sort of primary chain clutch. It may even be a belt drive on this, I don't know yet. Mark II air filter, uprated head steady. We'll look at these later on. Stainless steel throughout, etc., etc., etc. All upgraded electrics and so on. Right, so the wheels and are down, having new tyres put on, and there's various bits that the chrome is now being re-chromed. So what I've started to do now is I've just started to look at the electrics, hoping that the electrics would be okay after 10 years. They should be okay. No one's touched them. But I've had a few issues straight away. So there's a new battery that came with the bike that the new owner had bought, but basically it's just too small a battery. I put it on the bike and nothing really happened. So I was looking at it and I'm thinking, I realised it was just too small a battery. So I've got an old spare battery. It's not brilliant, but it's got a bit of power in it. So I put that on, and we have started to get power. I'm just starting to do the electrics. So let's have a look. So if I turn the ignition on, hey, I have an ignition warning light, which is great. So that's good, but I have no neutral light, because on a Mark III there's a neutral indication light. But I've realised that this is the wiring down here, this green wire, this goes to the neutral switch. And I've tried to gearbox up and down, but we're definitely in neutral, but there's no light coming on. But if I earth the wire, then hey, we have a neutral switch, neutral warning light comes on. So I know. So I'm just earthing the wire down there to that, and it's coming on. So I know the circuit's okay, and unfortunately there's probably a problem with the actual switch. I say unfortunately because it's at the side of the gearbox under there, and it's a bit of a pain to get to say the least, but we'll have a look at that. But there seems to be power going to the switch, but the switch isn't activating. Okay, so far so good. Then let's have a look. If I what else we got? I think we got a horn, and the horn, that's great because the horn on the Norvil is put there, so that's great. It's not down behind the mudguard, just where it should be, a bit more accessible there. Then indicators, this is where things start going a bit awry. So if I put the indicators on, I've just briefly, let's have a look. There we go. So I've got one indicator flashing. That's great. Just one indicator. So all the indicator stems are down being re-chromed. So I've just loosely connected these up. There we go. It always helps to have an earth. That's why they're not going, the others. So I better earth them. I'll try it again. Hang on. Now I turn this off. And that's why that one was working, because it's resting against the fork leg. There's no earth. So I'll just turn the ignition off a minute, and then I'll earth those indicators and try again. Right, so I've earthed the indicators now simply by resting them on bits of metal. Let's try again. Still got the ignition on. Oh, flashing indicators. What have we got? Oh yeah, flashing indicators. Jolly good. And oh yeah, flashing warning light. Well, hey, we like that. We'll try the other side. Yeah, flashing, not flashing. I guess it's just not earthed properly. There we go. Flashy. So we've got flashing indicators as well, and flashing warning light. Marvelous. things are on the up. Let's have a look. I've loosely connected the rear brake up. Let's see if I've got, yeah, and that's on the front brake. So I'm just pulling in the front brake, okay, lever, and so I know I've got a brake light working. So we got that. I wonder if we actually have lights. So I'm going to put the turn there. So that's on lights. I've not got the main bulb in, the headlamp bulb, but that's the side light that's on. I wonder if we have a rear light. Yes, we've got a rear light. So that's the lights on. I'll try main beam. Oh yes, and we've even got a warning light for main beam down there. That's ignition at the top, and that's the main beam down there. Just check that, just turn main beam off. Yeah, fantastic. Hey, so I'll just try and turn this off. There we go. Wow, so yeah, that's great. We've got indicators, we've got horn, we've got lights. I need obviously to check the starter and that, but good. The electrics are kind of working. We've got a horn. Yeah, good. So as I was hoping, the electrics seem to be okay, because there's no reason they should have worsened over the 10 years of storage. The headlamp, well, the chrome on that, I don't think needs comment. That's what happens. For some reason, that headlamp is that's really taken some hammering. I don't know why, but it did. But the rest seems okay. So good, got electrics. I'm happy. I'm going to order a new battery. I'm going to get an AGM battery. That's an absorbed glass matte battery. I always use them on all my bikes now because I find them very powerful. They don't go flat anything like as fast as a lead acid battery, a liquid lead battery. And if they do go flat, they don't get damaged. You just charge them back up in there and they work fine. So I use AGM batteries on all my bikes now. So I'll be getting an AGM battery. I tend to use Motobat batteries. That's those bright yellow ones. I'll tell you the code. I'll use the same battery that I've got on my Commando, because I know it'll fit and I know it's powerful. Because obviously you need it powerful for the starter motor. But yes, the first step's good. I've just got that probably sticking switch on this damn gearbox. It's just they're a pain to get to down there. But well, I'm sure I'll be able to do that. Good. First step on the electrics sorted. I'll get the battery ordered. I'll probably leave things for now. I shall probably start next. I will take all the wiring, all this spaghetti out of the headlamp shell and replace. I think what I'll do is I'll replace the headlamp shell with a new one. Let's just compare this headlamp shell for a minute, because I did it the other day and it's pretty amazing. So new headlamp shell, old headlamp shell. There's a bit of a difference between the two. So I can't wait to get that on. Well, you can. There I am. Not quite the same reflection of that one. Yeah, so I'll probably do that wiring first, just so it's done. I'll get the new battery ordered, and then I'll leave the electrics, I think, for now, because I know they're roughly working, and I don't want to start turning the engine over and that really before I've drained the oil and got things sorted on the engine. I don't want to try that yet. So, but we'll turn our attention to the engine next. I'll drain the oil, and we'll just see how the engine's turning over on the starter, if it is at all, which should be a momentous occasion.